Hello, friends. Robert Bevan here, author of the Caverns Creatures series of comedy, fantasy novels, and short stories. With me is Sam West, and today we're talking about the spell Hellish Rebuke. Nothing? All right. You missed the opportunity. Bad talisman. Huh? Huh?
That's so dumb. It's still one of your dumbest jokes. And you've said some pretty. Oh, that's fine. I know what you do for a living. That's one of your dumbest jokes. Uh, okay. Anyway,
Let us
how's
know in the
everything?
comments what you think of that joke. Go back if you haven't seen it. Go back and watch Rebuke of the Talisman. Uh,
If nothing else, watch it for that joke.
yeah.
Um, it's
Spoiler alert. That joke.
yeah. So this is a warlock spell, and it's also notably an oath spell for a single paladin subclass, which is where I actually think it's a real spell, because as a warlock spell, this is kind of dookie. So this is a reaction to use evocation, first level spell. Range of 60 foot, verbal somatic components, instantaneous. You point your finger, and the creature that damaged you is momentarily surrounded by hellish winds. Oh, yeah. The reaction is when you take damage from a creature
Yeah.
within 60 feet of you. So you have to be 60 feet away from it. It damages you. You do this then. The creature makes a dex save or takes 2d9 fire damage, half as much as a success, which isn't even that like good damage, but it's like a
For a
D10
first
under
level
what.
spell?
It's lower than inflict wounds is.
Yeah. But
For,
it's a reaction.
sure. It also upcasts to do bonus D10 damage for each spell slot level above first. To all of my baby warlocks out there, to all of my warlock players who are like, I've never played the class before, this spell seems sweet. If you were a wizard, I'd be like, you're right, this spell is sweet because you have infinite first level spell slots and you can just throw them out willy-nilly to do a bunch of free bonus damage. What's not to love? Unfortunately, the warlock class that gets 2 spell slots for most of the game. Sometimes it's 3, and then probably the pack keeper maybe is 4. And you have to upcast your spells, so this is rarely actually a first level spell slot. And that puts it in a camp of, oh, this is actually uncastable because there are so many other things you want to do with your spell slots that have a way higher impact than the efficiency of a reaction first level 2d10 damage.
Um,
So many other things. I've seen so many people put this on their character sheet, cast it once, and go, crap, I'm out of spell slots immediately. It's like they use it once, do a little bit of damage, and go, now what?
well, back to Eldritch Blast.
Yeah. For
That's
that glorious
which
D10 damage at level 1 or 2. Like,
I don't know. Yeah, that is a problem I will acknowledge. However,
really big problem.
yeah. But I mean, then again, if you use it, or if you don't use it, you still only got one more spell slot, and then you're in the same boat as before. I
No, you're in a completely different boat that has a whole extra spell slot in it. That spell slot can do any number of things. That
yeah,
spell could be a giant area effect damage spell. That spell could be a summon effect, like a summon shadow spawn. That spell, like, this has to compete with every single spell you get first to fifth level. Every
okay,
single one of them is what it's competing with. So if
yes,
there's any effects that have a higher impact, which many area of effect spells do, right? Like this is one target takes 2d10 damage. If multiple targets take 3d6 damage, that's way higher impact for your spell slot resource. And warlocks have to prioritize high impact spells like that. Summon spells give you a big extra ally that's making multiple attacks every single turn. It's going to be more damage than this deals for the slot. Where reaction spells really shine is their efficiency, in that you're using more of your total resource pool at once. Warlocks don't have the resource pool to stretch like that. And that's where it is bad.
yeah. No, there's not a lot I can argue with there. Um, I, I like this. I still want
Me
to
too.
like it. Um,
Then I have a solution for you.
ah,
Play an Oathbreaker Paladin because they get it as a first or third level Oath spell. Paladins, this is really good. This is
well, yeah, because you're
excellent.
looking to get hit.
Exactly. Like I would love if you had full casting on regular warlocks, Pact of Blade would adore this. Are you kidding me? You run in there, get to attack a bunch of free times, get hit a little bit, light people on fire. Like what's not to love? It's very warlocky. It's also very oathbreakery. That's kind of like what we can see it would look like. Is you get half casting, you get your first level spell slots. If they're not smiting, they're doing 2d10 fire damage. That's great. That's a great rate. 2d10 is bigger than 2d8. What's not to love? You can do multiple times in a round. Like if you're a paladin and oathbreaker third level and you go toe to toe with something, you just take out your greatsword, attack it, deal your 2d6 damage, smite it for 2d8 bonus damage, get hit, and do 2d10 more damage to it. And you're like, yeah, you can't fight me. I just hit you for all of your health bar in a single round. It's sweet. I love that.
Yeah.
And you have more resources that you can use.
Now, are there ways to get this? Like, is there some kind of warlock initiate feat or something that where you can get
So,
this?
Magic Initiate. So, okay, we have to check a couple of things. So,
Yeah.
first, this is an evocation spell. So, that means it doesn't qualify for either of the 2 feats that give you a first level spell of a specific school, those being Fey Touch and Shadow Touch, right? I don't believe either of those includes Evocation. I think it's Enchantment and Illusion for Fey Touched and Necromancy and another one for Shadow Touched.
Okay.
In either case, you can't take Hellish Rebuke that way, which would put it on your spell list to let you cast it and things like that. So you can't use spell slots for that in that fashion. The base Magic Initiate doesn't let you do that. If you take it as base Magic Initiate, you can't spend spell slots on Hellish Rebuke if you're not a Warlock. It has to be on your spell class list to use your spell, using your spell slots if you take it through Magic Initiate.
What about
there's like Strixhaven Initiate?
That's what I was thinking. Strixhaven Initiate.
I think that's a set list, but I could be wrong. I'm looking it up as well. If you so all of the Strixhaven colleges require you to take a first level cleric, wizard, bard, sorcerer, druid spell. Yeah. None of them get warlock.
Bummer.
Yeah. So there's almost no way to get this on your character sheet without at least one level in warlock. Now, if you do have a level in warlock, you can spend your first level spell slots on this. So like if you take a 2-level or 3-level warlock dip, you could use that as a method for putting this on your sheet, and it's a lot more interesting there. I like that a lot, especially for like blade singers and stuff. They don't need to be more powerful, but they could be. Why not have another great reaction spell at your disposal? I will say, like, this competing with shield and absorb elements means on the super powerful gaming team, the super power gaming characters is going to be a little bit worse, just because you have to like pick and choose what you want to use in a round whenever you would be getting hit. So I don't love it as much on those kinds of characters, but if you're like College of Swords bards or something and you want a decent reaction that also does some extra damage, I could see this being a great fit for you if you take a couple level dip in warlock.
Yeah, I could see some builds wanting to do that. As much as I like this, I can't really say I would dip specifically for this reason.
Yeah, but fortunately, Warlock is full of good juice.
Yeah.
3 levels in Warlock gives you a ton of stuff. It gives you a Pact Boon, gives you Invocations, gives you 2 short rest spell slots that are 2nd level. That's all just great. Like, all of that is useful in basically every character. And Hellish Rebuke being a part of that package alongside your cantrips, alongside your subclass, like, you get tons of stuff in the first 3 levels of Warlock. Most builds can find room for that to occur. You will find things like Hex if you're a multi-attacker. You'll find things like a Familiar if you just want extra utility. You'll find Invocations for extra hit points with Fiendish Vigor. There's tons of reasons to go into Warlock for a few levels on almost every single character that exists. So yeah.
This would pair well with Fiendish Vigor.
Yeah. If your goal is to go full demonic, absolutely.
All right. Well, I was when we started this video, I knew you had a little negative Nelly attitude coming in, but I'm feeling better about things now because I really want to like this. Even more so after John Luther Davis did the artwork for it. I think this is one of the cooler pictures he's done.
It is pretty metal. It's pretty sweet. It's just, it's not good in the context of a full caster warlock. Yes. It's good basically everywhere else, though. So, go with that as you will.
Find a way to get it.
Yeah, exactly. It's also, when I say it's good on everyone that's not a full caster warlock, you do want to be in the mid tiers. You do want to have like 7 spell slots lying around that you don't mind using on slightly lower impact effects like this. This is kind of like getting a free attack for a first level spell slot. It's very close to that. So.
What I like about it is just picturing somebody, like, this has got a range of 60 feet, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, somebody taking a sneaky shot at you, looking all smug, and then they burst into flames. I
love the head turn, the glare, and then just ignition, right? That's so cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for allowing me to like this one.
Happy to do it. If you don't want a multi-class, Oathbreaker is definitely the best way to get this. If you are cool with multi-classing, a 2-3 level dip in Warlock is excellent on almost every character that can take it. So, like, if you're not planning on getting the 20th level features and get your extra attack as a martial, or you get your 3rd level spells as a full caster, 3 levels in Warlock is gas. So yeah, maybe grab Hellish Rebuke and do some cool stuff with it. All
right, you got a rating?
I think it probably gets a 4. It's not the best reaction spell of all time, and in the context of exactly only Warlocks by themselves, it's pretty bad. But as a first level spell that full casters can weaponize, as a tool that you can use in the scope beyond just the base Warlock class, it is genuinely awesome. It is genuinely a really cheap way to do a bit of extra damage routinely over and over again. It will improve your damage per round if that's what you're going for. It goes on a wide variety of different kind of character archetypes. It's very inexpensive to have access to. Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree with 4. 4 sounds good if you can find a way to get it that doesn't use all your spell slots in a very short amount of time. Do it.
Yeah. if you are this is a big important note to all you viewers out there that are still with us. If you're a warlock and plan on staying a warlock and don't want a multi-class, you do not have room for this on your character sheet. It just doesn't compete well with anything else you're doing. You can do better with almost every other spell out there.
All right. Well, that was Hellish Rebuke. Lots of fun. Thank you, Sam, and thank you, everyone, for joining us. Let us know what you think down in the comments, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, informative, or entertaining, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button below. You needn't smash it, a gentle tap will suffice. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. And make sure you check out the links in the description, where you'll find my Caverns Creatures series of comedy fantasy novels, Sam's full review of the spell, and other fun things.